The next question I'm going to be answering of the top 25 question is Amazon FBA versus FBM, and which one should you do? When you're starting to sell on Amazon, one of the first questions that you might be asking yourself is, should you sell your products using FBA or should you be selling your products using the FBM model on Amazon? And FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. FBM stands for Fulfilled by Merchant. Now, the difference between these two programs is with FBA, Amazon is actually fulfilling and shipping out the products to your customers. When someone buys your product on Amazon, Amazon will actually take your product and ship it out. Now, you do need to send your products in bulk to Amazon first. So maybe you'd send an entire pallet, 1,000 units of your products into Amazon. And then Amazon handles every time that there's an order, sending it to all the different individual people. On the flip side, using the FBM model, which is Fulfilled by Merchant, every time you get a sale, you have to print the label, you have to put the product in a box, put the label on the box, send your product off. And this might be something that you're interested in when you're first getting started, because if you don't have a lot of sales, maybe you can handle that. But as you grow your business, you're absolutely going to want to switch over to the FBM model. And there's a number of reasons for that. But one, and let's talk about the pros and cons between FBA and FBM. Now, one of the big pros with the FBA model is because your products are Prime eligible, you're going to get more sales. And again, the way this works is you just send in 1,000 units or 500 units or however many units you want into the Amazon warehouse, which is very easy to do. In fact, you don't even need to do it. You can contact your manufacturer and tell them to send the products directly into the Amazon warehouse for you. Now, another benefit is that when your products are Prime eligible, when you're using the FBA model, you don't need to be doing all the hard work of packaging your products and shipping your products out. Amazon is taking care of that, which is a huge benefit, because not only by being FBA and being Prime eligible are you going to get more sales, but on top of that, if Amazon's handling your fulfillment, that's going to free up your time to either grow your business if that's what you want to do, or just spend your time hanging out on the beach or however you want to spend your time. And the reason that I personally love the Amazon FBA model is because it's relatively passive income. Now, I do want to explain, when I say passive income, it does take some work up front. You're going to have to work hard to get your business up and running, to figure out what your product is and all of those kind of things. And I'll include a video later showing a detailed tutorial on how to do this. But the key thing here is once your business is up and running, it's automated, it's systematized, there's not a lot of maintenance because Amazon is handling the fulfillment and Amazon's basically handling the day-to-day things. Now let's contrast that with FBM. Now the pros with FBM is sometimes it's a little bit cheaper because if you're paying for the shipping and you're doing the labor yourself, maybe you'll be able to save a little bit of money on shipping, but usually it's not that much money, if anything. Sometimes you'll actually pay less by using the FBA model than you would pay just on the shipping by yourself. Depending on your product, the weight of it, and a few different things, it's not really necessarily a huge pro for FBM. The other thing is, if you're doing FBM, maybe you can sell products where you're selling in smaller quantities. Maybe you only sell one product a week or very small numbers. In that case, it might make a lot of sense to do the FBM model, because basically you don't want to send in 100 units into the Amazon warehouse because you might have storage fees and other things like that. So if you think you're going to have a low number of sales, doing the FBM model might make a lot of sense. Another pro for using the FBM model is if you're making products that are made to order, which is my first business was a dance clothing business, and a lot of the products we wouldn't make them until they were ordered. And so for us, the FBA model wasn't an option. We would make the product as soon as it was ordered and then ship it out. So FBM is a good option for that. Now with FBA, there's also some cons. And one of the big cons is you just have a little bit less control. They may lose your inventory. This has happened to me where they lost my inventory for a month. Now the good thing is if they completely lose your inventory, they will credit you. They will pay you for that inventory. Another thing is you really do have to watch your inventory if you're using the FBA model, because your inventory eventually is going to sell out. And you want to make sure that you replenish your inventory before it sells out. Because if you end up running out of inventory, you end up going to zero stock and you're out of inventory, that's a bad sign. Amazon's gonna see that and they're gonna think, wow, this seller is not that serious, and they may blacklist your listing. They may demote you because they know that you're not reliable. You might not show up as high on the search results. So that's one thing to be aware of when you're using FBA. But a big thing here is if you're using FBA, at any point, you can switch over to the FBM model. So if you see that your inventory is running low, but you still have some inventory in your own warehouse, you can always switch over to FBM and then start shipping the products out yourself. And for FBM, some of the big cons are you're just not gonna get as many sales. It's gonna be more time, more energy for you. And generally speaking, I absolutely recommend, if you're gonna be selling on Amazon and you can do it, to do the FBA model. And if you are looking to get started with Amazon FBA, I have a free course, a complete free Amazon FBA course that I'll link right here. And in the free Amazon FBA course, I have a ton of free content, including checklists for getting your Amazon business started. So click down below and I'll see you guys in the free Amazon FBA course.